Hey, what's up guys? So RBC here, and I wanted to check a Riven versus Garen matchup that someone sent me. So this is a gold platinum. So the Riven player sent that to me on Discord after the Reddit thread I made when I asked people if there were people who wanted me to check their games. So I'm not gonna lie, I've seen this game because I've been recording it earlier, but because I'm a fucking dumbass, when I wanted to cut the record, I figured that I had not pressed start recording. So yeah, I picked this game because Garen is the kind of matchup that a lot of people struggle against, and a lot of people think that it's a counter to Riven, but it's not. Realistically, in higher elo, this is a matchup in which nobody should die, 1v1 wise. But in low elo, if someone picks Garen into you, like up to platinum, most of the time it's gonna be pretty much easy to kill them because they're gonna be giving you a lot of openings to punish. But it can be the same for you, like you can give them a lot of openings to punish as well. So you have to be careful about it. I'm just gonna be very quick since I've seen this game already. The very first mistake Riven made here was not to extend her Qs, because Garen plays with bond planning. He went to leash topside, so when your opponent leashes, you want to start extending your Qs around... Sorry, I drank too much water, I'm gonna fucking die. You want to start extending your Qs around 145, 150. This way, when Garen comes back to lane, you can third Q right there. When he goes for 1 CS, you third Q on him, proc the bond planning, and then you back off. So this was not the case here. So this is already one mistake. But then the second mistake is when she goes for the trade through the bond planning. So here we have a trade, and here once you hit the knockup, you should back off. You back off, this way he cannot auto attack you back, because he's knocked up. You back off and you create a gap between the both of you. But Riven goes for one more auto attack, so she takes 1 or 2 back. So although this trade looks decent, it's not really good for Riven because she's still tanking minions here, so she's gonna take a bit more damage. And Garen has built-in sustain with his passive plus Doran Shield. And if Riven wants to heal up what Garen is gonna heal up, she's gonna have to use a potion. And Garen is not gonna be in need of one. So this is two mistakes already on the level 1. The next mistake is the spacing when she's about to hit level 2. So here the second wave collapsed here. So you can start working up. You want to be staying between Garen and the minion wave. This way, if you're here on this one spot here where my mouse is, like right there, you will be hitting level 2 and you will be on this one spot. So this will allow you to maybe go for a QW trade, like Q forward and then like stun on him. And then you go for auto attack Q, auto attack Q. Either you use your third Q as a knockup and then you run away, or you can even like just third Q away. But she does not make use of that. So once she hits level 2, right there, she's a bit too far away. The spacing is not good enough because if you want to be taking a trade here, let's say you take your W, you Q in and then you stun him, but your stun is gonna hit the minion wave. When earlier it was on a better spot. So your W will not have hit the wave. And if you take E, then you're still gonna go you're still gonna go through the minions, and it's not as optimal because you don't really want to E in most of the time. You can potentially look for passive proc. You always want to be trying to proc Garen's passive. There's like 8 seconds of cooldown. So whenever it's back up, like when you see that shiny animation, you want to break it. So usually you look for like a third Q at max range, or maybe E in auto attack and then disengage with Q or running away. And now this is another mistake. We're gonna have a 2-wave crash. So 2-wave crash, like I said, is really, really bad. Because here the wave crashes at 230. When you do a 2-wave crash, first of all, you don't have any gold. You can't buy anything, so you cannot go back to lane, to base. So you can't get any items. I mean, the only thing you can get is a potion or pink wall. So you see, like you can't even get boots or long sword. So you have nothing really good to get. In most matchups as well, you won't have any kill opportunities there are matchups in which you can get the first blood level 2, because if they take a bad trade level 1, you take your stun level 2, and then you flash in, you ignite, you get a kill. But most of the time, your biggest kill potential is going to be at level 3. And you get level 3 on the third wave. So if you do a 2-wave crash, you are level 2, so you can't even have your full kit. And on this one spot, like if you're on this spot, unless your opponent has like no HP, you have no kill potential. So you can go back to base because you have nothing to buy. You can't get any kill in lane, and you can't even look for an invade. Because let's say if Viego started bot side in this game, so he started top, but let's say he started bot. The Krug side is always the longest side to clear, because the Krugs are long, like pretty long to do, right? Like if you go, if you start on the Gromp side, you're gonna be clearing this much faster than the Krug side. If you look at Zac, who started on the Gromp side, so the shortest one to do, he barely even started the Raptors. Which means that if Viego started on this side, he would most likely still be here. He would not have started the Wolves yet. So you crash the wave, you can buy, you can't kill your opponent, you can't even look for an invade because your enemy jungler is not even there yet. Plus, even if he was, you're level 2. Because you haven't hit level 3 on the third wave yet. And you can't even look for play in the river as well, because, well, it spawns at 3:15, which is the timing of a 4-wave crash. So 2-wave crash does not give you anything, and then you end up being stuck on this one spot for a while. Like in most matchup, this spot here is the worst to be in, because it's too close to the enemy tower, and you can't really force match. So here, this is Garen fucking up, because also if you do a 2-wave crash, your opponent should be the one hitting level 3 first. So they get the upper hand afterwards. In this scenario, Riven is going to be the one hitting level 3 first, because Garen fucked up. After she killed that one minion, she should never be able to be hitting the next ones, because they're full HP. So Garen just has to like deny her, like pressure her away. Right now you don't have to keep chasing, you just Q that one minion here, and you can get level 3 first. But instead, he just fucks up. I mean, it's not gonna change too much here, because he has W and bot planning. And I'm gonna speed up a little bit. The next mistake Riven is gonna do is trading too much on this side. So here, Garen fucks up a lot, by the way. He fucks up so much. He keeps on using Qs for no reason. He keeps on chasing when he should just be backing off. His Ws are not really good. But here, Riven is gonna fuck up here. This one trade here is not a good trade, because first of all, he has W, which is not something you want to do. You never want to trade, like to take a long trade if he has W. She takes a tower shot, and this trade is bad. So again, because she used her last pot, that's almost gonna run out, and she has no sustain anymore. Garen has passive, Doran Shield, and most importantly, he has TP and Riven has Ignites. So there's so many different scenarios that could happen. If you're Garen, you can stay. You're gonna heal up so much because she has nothing, so you're gonna end up with more HP than she does. And so if she does not push the wave, you're gonna just let's see his HP. Just ignore the Zac for now. Just ignore the Zac. The fact that Zac is here. Just look at the HP already. So now you have the advantage as Garen. So if Zac was not here, you could be the one like slow pushing the wave, and Riven would be staying, right? She would not go back to base. So she would be waiting for the slow push to crash in the tower. She would catch the wave, but she would have to go B afterwards because she has no HP and no sustain, right? But after catching the wave and going back to base, the moment she gets back to lane, it would be slow pushing back to Garen's side. So Garen would be the one having a freeze. So this is scenario number 1. Scenario number 2 is basically Garen going back now, tipping back to lane, and that would be the same scenario. But I mean, honestly, this scenario is not too good because Garen does not even have to TP, just has to wait to heal up with the passive. And scenario number 3 would be Riven slow pushing instantly the wave, like right there. After taking that bad trade, if she lets the wave slow push back to her side, it's kind of bad. I mean, in this scenario, she has Zac, but if Garen is aware of Zac, he has tools to ignore the ganks, like to avoid the ganks, and just to play around the wave afterwards. So realistically, in this specific scenario, letting the wave slow push back to your side, if you have Ignite, is bad. So you want to be crushing this wave, but the thing is that if Zac was not here, Garen would be able to freeze. So you will want to crush this wave right now. Crushing the wave will be the best, especially since Zac is still here. So you want to crush that. You want to use the backup Zac gives you to crush the wave and go B. We still end up having a kill because Zac overstayed a lot, and Garen, if you look at Garen, he knows that Zac is still near because he plays super safe, right? All Garen had to do was just to play safe and not to die and wait. Does he have a ward? Wait, what the fuck? I didn't see that though. Because if you are Garen, you could be just going on this one spot, put a ward here, wait for Zac to go away, and once you know he's away, you can get the lead again. But the most optimal thing for Riven would be to just crush this wave and use, like, call for the Zac, you know, like ask him to help you push the wave. This way you can just crash the wave and go back to lane. Because if you let the wave stop push back to you, like I said, you're gonna end up being in disadvantage. But Garen fucked up here, he dies when he kinda expected the game. You should just, yeah, you should go back right there. Yeah, you should just go back here. That's overstaying. Yeah, that is pure overstay. So, yeah, and Garen should be able to freeze if he wants to, but he's not gonna do it. Yeah, he's like, yeah, okay. This is why it's so easy to, like, I don't know. Mistakes are not punished at all in this elo. Because right there, Riven fucked up. Once she finally crashed the wave, she had to go B. The main reason why is because Garen has TP. And he comes back in 7 seconds. You're never gonna be able to one-shot a cannon wave, right? The wave has crashed on the tower. You are fine. Like, the wave has crashed. And those casters are kind of far away, but it's like, you can't really force. Garen has TP anyway. So you have to go back instantly. Instead, she made the wave even worse. But Garen was like, hey, you know what? I'm just gonna push this as fast as I can. I'm gonna give Riven the cannon. Technically, she should be able to catch the wave. Yeah, she is. When you crush a wave and your opponent has TP, just, you know, back off. Especially when you play Ignite. So there's another thing I wanted to point out. It's this. So Zac is still topside because he went to steal the top side of the enemy jungle. And Garen has flash here. And when you set up a gank for your jungler and your opponent has a dash or a flash, you want to be extending your Qs and using a proper spacing. In this scenario, Garen has flash, so you don't want to use your E to go in. You just walk up, Q into W. You can stun right away because he has no W, so you can actually stun him. If Garen would not have his W on cooldown, you would be waiting for him to use it before using the stun. But yeah. Here you can Q in, stun him, because his W is down. And every time you auto-attack, you want to keep on walking. You want to be walking in front of him. Because you want to stay to be able to catch up to his flash. And the moment he flashes away, you E in into third Q. This way, once he flashes away, he gets knocked up, and it's even easier for your jungler to catch up. There's also one thing Zac can do. He actually did it, even though I don't think that was on purpose. But he Q'd Garen, and then once Garen flashed away, Zac used the auto attack on the minion. So if Zac did not do that, Garen would not have died there, because he almost survived, forcing the flash. If Zac did not Q there properly, Garen would have survived. So this is why you don't want to rely on your jungler to do the right move on the gank. If you know your opponent has a flash or a dash, you want to be just auto attack your opponent and use your Q at the very last moment. This time you can just third Q on them once they flash away. So yeah, this is just a small detail. So here we want to go back to base. Yeah, just go back. There's no need to overstay. There's no cannon. If that was a cannon wave, since Garen has no TP, you could potentially look for plates. But even then, I'm not even sure you will get it. But here, like this is, yeah, no, with the cannon you could have gotten it. But this is not a cannon wave. So you should just go back instantly. Again, this is a fuck up. Okay, you have to crash the wave now that you trim the wave. And now you go back. Yeah, this is overstaying again. Because now Garen, like you stayed so long that Garen got back to lane even before you went back to base. And this is not a cannon wave anymore. So he's just gonna one-shot the wave and push the wave. Yeah, I remember. I think Riven is gonna stay and she's gonna back again after the next wave and she's gonna cancel again. This is a lot of this is one of the biggest issue in Lawilo. You can see that people don't really like, they're gonna overstay in lane after a kill or after they force the recall of their opponent, and they're gonna start recalling and then cancel it again. Here we could have just one-shot the wave, because if you one-shot the wave, that's not a cannon wave. It's gonna give you time to go back to base. But because she did not one-shot the wave and she pushed it slowly, the next wave is already in lane. So by the time she goes back to base, Garen can just one-shot the wave. So this is why backing after the wave crash was the most optimal thing. You could have maybe stayed to get the plate if there was a cannon. It was not the previous wave here. No, again. Yeah. Okay, this is here. Okay, so here you have to go B. It's not a cannon wave. It's not a cannon wave, so you can get the plate. And if you do get the plate, it means that you have to wait for the next wave, which is suboptimal. Yeah, we're not gonna see a lot of trading patterns in this specific game because there's not much happening. But usually you just want to bait Garen's W with a fake trade. Once he uses W, you back off, you wait for your cooldowns, and you potentially look for a trade. You don't want to use your E aggressively unless your opponent has like 50-60% HP and you can potentially go with like E or Ignite into full combo and kill them. Then most of the time you want to keep your E to shield the Q, for example. If Garen runs on you with Q, most of the time you want to EW away. Depends on the situation, obviously. There are situations in which it's not needed. You just want to shield the Q. But yeah, don't use your E aggressively. There's also one thing here, so it's not gonna be, where's that? So here she overstays a lot, she cancels the back again, she pushes the wave slowly, then she goes back and she cancels it again. And so here she's gonna have everything in cooldown. She should have hid away instantly, because you have no reason to look for a trade if your CDs are down. Right there, she uses Q and W to push the wave, and then she runs in front of Garen. Right there, you want to E away. Or just wait for his Q and then E away. Because there, she runs onto him with no cooldowns at all. Like she's never gonna kill him. She takes full damage here. He uses W for no reason, by the way. And yeah, just E away. And now Garen fucks up because the wave is perfect for him. He could just hold that and add those 3 minions with this one wave here, which will be a slow push to his side, and he will be able to hold it. And since she plays Ignite, she can't sit back to lane, so she loses the lane. There are so many situations in which she could have lost the lane just because of the minions. But he fucks up, he pushed the waves anyway. He fucks up a lot wave-wise, and Zac fucks the wave again. Like Zac literally just one-shots the cannon wave. So here, where is that? There's one moment I want to show you. So here she's gonna die. You can say, I knew she will die when the first time I saw it, because no cooldowns. When you have like that much cooldown and you're so far away from your tower and they have CCs and a lot of damage, you know that you're dead. So here there's no reason to, I mean, there's no reason to use your R. Hopefully she didn't use it, so it's fine. She almost survived though, but no. I think it's when she gets back to lane. When she gets back to lane, she's gonna... I want to show you one of the opening that Garen did not seize. Here, this is one of the most common mistakes I see. Riven players using all of their dashes to gap close and all in. Like, she used E and 2 Qs to go in, and the only Q that connected was the third Q. And it did not even do damage because he used W at the same time. So now she has nothing. She has nothing, and Garen just can Q, like, he runs away, but he should be the one going in right there. Because she has literally nothing to trade back. So if he just Qs on her, right there, Q into auto attack, and she would be losing the trade, and he would just run away afterwards. And this is the kind of opportunity you want to seize on both sides. Whenever your opponent fucks up and is still in range for you to trade back against them when they have no cooldowns, you want to be punishing that. So this is a fuck up from Garen there. And yeah, I mean, I think we saw a lot of mistakes in this game. It's not going to be too much really. We haven't seen enough like trading patterns and stuff, but I'm going to be looking for like a challenger game against Garen, like from Build or Viper in the near future. But yeah, hopefully this helped, and hopefully I recorded the video this time. Okay, it says stop recording, so technically if I push this button